And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I know he ain't got it.
Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see. Game as he'll lose yardage to start things out.
Tackle made back at the 22-yard line.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Let's go. 54, Mike.
Out of the gun, Watson. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side, but how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Alert!
Watson just beating the play clock. On the right side, this is Miller. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 17-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll toss it to Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 17 yards out. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Newton. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Lamar Miller. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Watson with a give to Miller. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Out of the pistol look, it's Miller. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game. In pregame.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
Newton now to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Hey, get the weight room. Great.
Just beating the play clock is Newton. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. That's complete right around the 8. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. From 4 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Bouncing back nicely from that battle.
His confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Get ready.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so. The kick pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And the sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Brian Burns in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here's Watson. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth. The Texans send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Returning it is Moore. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Texans 47-yard line.
Ready? 180. Watch it, and let's get this. Check four. 8. Show.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3 at the 26-yard line.
Throwing on second and 3. Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
At the 9-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Here's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Miller. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, check 24, 54, right there. 54.
On first down, it's Watson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Gano for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to air one out. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for DeAndre Hopkins. Incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Watch safety green. Watch safety green.
Now Newton on first down. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. The sack there by J.J. Watt. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against his secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those four. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right, and Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL with a special class of 20. So get ready for those speeches.
I wonder if they'll do it like Johnny Robinson this year, who actually...
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Bruce Irvin picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Watson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
Under 10. Check, check. Lucky.
Here's Watson. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
A 51-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, we got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Newton.
complete. Smith has it. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's good for 28 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first down, it's Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. They come out here in the eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Texans take over first and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Watson, pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Watson now to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short, and now it's 4th down. They run. It's Johnson going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Newton. That's Samuel, caught left side. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Here's Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen. 28 yards. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Panthers 31, Texans 13.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They keep it with Miller on first down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, well, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy that... Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bruce Irvin getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting group.
And the pressure gets to him again. Bruce Irvin, who else? He's in there for his fourth sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. They will indeed snap it to Watson. If you're going to blitz, like accelerating, and off he goes. The 20. 10. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. Johnson, the intended target.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Watson on target here to Fuller. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fuller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Brought down back at the 38-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw, Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. The ball is out. Watson lost it, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
This is taken near the 13. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Throwing on 3rd and long. Watson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Fuller. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Watson now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Gun. He's crashing. Stop him. Hey!
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Mike 55! Man!
Throwing here, Newton. And Olsen over the middle. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
55. Watch the run. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to 20. Here we go. Mike 55. Hey, eat. Hey, I'm coming. Zoom. Check Mike. Watch 55. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. 8. Mike 55. Hayward.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
I'm coming after you. Gun. Back. Mike 41. Bound to lose one. 41's coming. 41's a Mike. Watch the screen. Express. Mike 41. We've got to wedge that, huh? Check pass. Check pass. 41's the Mike. 41's the Mike.
They snap it to Newton. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long from Houston.
Get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. With the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up, I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. With the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you said.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Here we go. 780.
56.
You ain't got nothing.
56
the next pass.
56 is mine.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike 56, Mike 56. 56, Mike 56.
To throw again. Newton. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Marcus Sherrills deep for the Saints. And taken right on the 30. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10.
Ain't no such thing as a loss.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check tight.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Hey, easy.
Now Breeze on the bootleg. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 55 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's second down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got one touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already got into the end zone. But good coverage and make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Opposite.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Third down and 18.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Pressure comes in, he's brought down, it's a Panther sack.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On fourth, they'll go again and try it once more.
Check 31, check 31.
We go 21. 53.
And that'll set them back 5. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on fourth down.
Check.
Kill.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on fourth down?
Kill.
Bree's going to go on fourth down. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And this is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Panthers will get the football back. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Check right 47. Check right 47. Man out.
Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
On 2nd and 7, Breeze spins past him. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Breeze going to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, let's have some fun.